Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is straight out of Boston here, aka the King of Boston. Today we're back for episode number 17 of my Philadelphia Phillies franchise here on MLB 15, the show. And today we're making one final move before the deadline there. We end up moving out Yulieski Gurriel, 31-year-old international third baseman we signed last season. And we get two B potential prospects from the Baltimore Orioles. One of them was a 56 overall, 19 years old, third baseman Joe Reyes. And the other was Chance Sisco, a 21-year-old B potential catcher. So pretty good haul, I thought there. I ended up deciding I was going to move Gurriel. I wanted to move either him or Jose Miguel Fernandez, and I talked myself into Fernandez over Gurriel based on a couple different things, age being one of them. And also, I think Fernandez has been a bit more productive for us since signing with us. But, yes, we moved Gurriel. We get something back for him. I thought that was a nice little trade there. But a pretty minor move as we move past the deadline. We're into the month of August, taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. It's Carlos Martinez against Aaron Nola today. That would be our pitching matchup. And Odubel Herrera is getting things off to a good start with a lead-off base hit here in the top of the first inning. So we've got a man on first. Jerks and Profar batting in the two-hole today. And Herrera's taken off. He gets into second base, head first dive, and he's in there safely. So he will advance into scoring position with no one out. Profar still up. He's going to go down swinging on the 98-mile-an-hour heater from Carlos Martinez. So next batter is going to be Dominic Brown, 1-0 count. And Brown's going to take that one back up the middle for a base hit. And we're going to end up waving around. No, we're going to hold our runner up at third there. Thought about sending Herrera, but with just one out in the inning, decided to hold him. It was a pretty strong throw from John Jay out in center. So Michael Franco up next, and Franco's going to take the first pitch, line it back off of Martinez. Good play by Carpenter to throw out Franco at first, but the run does come home and score, and we get our other man there up to second base. So a man on second with two men out for Cody Ashe. Ashe's going to hit that ball into left field for a base hit. Holiday coming up, throwing. We're sending Brown. The throw is in time, but dropped by Yadier Molina. That's going to allow everyone to be safe. Brown comes home and scores, and it's 2-0 Phillies. So Fernandez up now, 2-0 count. He's going to fly this one to left. Holiday making his way over towards it in the corner there, just in front of the retired numbers, or not the retired numbers, that's just the normal numbers for the Cardinal players there at the left field wall, but he will make the catch, and that will be out number 3, so we're on to the bottom of the first there. Take a look at the Cardinals lineup. We also get a look at Aaron Nola, who was making his 25th start of the season and his second appearance in a YouTube video. So, or at least this season, I think third overall probably. But anyway, Matt Carpenter welcomes Aaron Nola to St. Louis. He takes him deep right there. A solo shot with, I believe that came with 2 outs in the inning. So Carpenter getting things started for St. Louis. And as you can see, they are lighting some fireworks there close to the Midway Arch, or whatever the arch is called. The Great Arch, the Midwest Arch. I don't even know what it is. But we're still in the first inning now. Matt Holliday up. Holliday's going to foul off that two-seamer for strike 1. That next pitch is going to be a slur for strike 2, and then we go back to the two-seamer, freeze Holiday there for strike 3. So Nola works his way out of the inning. We're on to the top of the second now. Peter O'Brien up Martinez. He's going to get O'Brien to strike out on that high fastball. That's a pitch that Martinez was pretty much dominating with all day long, and you're going to see it here again on 0-2 to Nola. High fastball. Didn't even try to swing at that one. I knew Nola had no chance of hitting that. I just figured maybe we get a ball call. But Nola was pretty good himself today. He settled in nicely. He strikes out Johnny Peralta right there on the slurve. And this game was really promising because I really think I had a breakthrough. You know, I've talked before about trying to figure out how to pitch with Aaron Nola because he has such a unique sort of set of pitches. And so it's kind of difficult to learn to pitch with him. But this game, I was really using his pitch mix effectively. You can see starting out Molina with a curveball, or with a changeup there, going to the two-seamer, and then to the slurve down and away. And that slurve was so effective against right-handed Cardinal hitters throughout this afternoon's ball game. Here we throw to a lefty. It's Colton Wong, but Dominic Brown is there, rumbling, bumbling, and stumbling his way to make that catch for out number 2. And take a look at the replay there. Brown makes the catch and then topples over. Glad he didn't get hurt there. But bottom 4, Jason Hayward out. Leadoff man already on first. So Hayward's going to go down swinging on the two-seamer right there. That one up and out of the zone. But we still got him to chase, as you're going to take a look here at bat just under it right there. So Holiday up now. He's the next batter, 0-2 count. He's going to go down looking on that two-seamer. And even though Nola doesn't throw exceptionally hard, he really only gets it up to, 92, 93, 94. Still, using the fastball effectively up in the zone is a really good sign. So anyway, we're into the top of the 5th. Herrera's going to strike out looking there with the man on second. So it was a good RBI opportunity. But Odubel could do nothing with it. So we're on to the bottom of the 5th now. 1-2 count to Yachty. He's going to go down again. It's a high fastball. And like I said, even though it's kind of a, more of a movement pitch, it still is really effective up in the zone like that. And then Carlos Martinez up here, still in the bottom of the 5th. He would be the next batter, so it's an 0-2 count. And he's going to strike out swinging on the slurve. again, there against right-handed batters, that slurve is absolutely dominant. So that would be another strikeout for Nola. His fine day continues, and you can take a look at the strikeout leaders for this year's Phillies squad. But anyway, Dominic Brown up 3-0 count here in the top of the 6th with 1 out in the inning. He's going to take a 4-pitch walk, so he will reach first there off of Carlos Martinez. Just the second walk issued by him today. Now Michael Franco up. That is going to be stealing there, and Brown is thrown out by a mile. A really poor jump right there. That was just my fault. I don't even know what I was doing, but Franco, who's behind in the count 0-2, battles all the way back to 3-2, checks his swing there and works a walk. So unfortunately, could have been first and second with 1 out instead of just going to be a man on first with 2 men out, but still another walk. Martinez's 3rd of the afternoon as Franco will take his base. So now Cody Ashe up. First pitch of his AB. He's going to rip one over the third baseman's heading into left field, so Brown probably could have scored there if he was standing on second. Instead, he had to get himself thrown out. Now, obviously, that's my fault. I take the blame for that. That was a horrible, horrible jump by, and that was pretty much caused by me. I just should not have done that. But anyway, Jose Miguel Fernandez up next. He ends up grounding out to the shortstop, so that will do it for the inning. We're on to the bottom of the 6th. It is Matt Carpenter up, the man who had a home run off of Nola earlier in the game. This time, Nola's going to get the best of him. 0-2 count. You know what's coming next. A slurve on the inner half. Strike 3. He does go on that one. Carpenter not happy with the call, but he will take a seat on the bench. Take a look at the sick movement on this pitch. I mean, Carpenter must have thought that was going right over the heart of the plate. Turns out it didn't even cross the plate there. So Matt Adams up. He's going to go down the slurve. Now we're working that slurve effectively against left-handed hitters too. I mean, if Nolan can do that, then watch out rest of the NL. So we're 3-6 here to 2-1 lead for Philadelphia. And very, very tight pitchers duel so far. Martinez and Nola both looking pretty good, but Martinez's day would be done after 6, so Carlos Villanueva is going to come on now. Top 7, Peter O'Brien, he's going to strike out once again. I think that's his 2nd or 3rd of the day. He has not looked good, really, since coming over to Philadelphia, although it wasn't, a particularly big trade, so I'm not too worried about that. But Nola also hitting for himself here in the bottom, or the top of the 7th. And that is one of the disadvantages of being the road team in the NL, is your pitcher has to hit in the top half of the inning instead of the bottom half. So Hayward is going to go down, though, on the changeup. So Nola's got at least like 9 or 10 strikeouts at this point. I think he's up in double digits. He is really throwing the ball well, and now we get to look at a montage of all of his strikeouts, so we can actually count them up ourselves. That is number 3 to Johnny Peralta. Yadier Molina, that's another one of the slurve. That's number 4. Hayward, that's a 2-seamer up and in. Number 5, Holiday up. He strikes out for the 3rd time. That is number 6. Number 7 to Molina on the high 2-seamer. Number 8 on the slurve to Carlos Martinez. Number 9 to Matt Adams on the slurve. And number 10 to Hayward here on the changeup that just got him looking. So 10 strikeouts so far. Johnny Peralta smokes one to deep center field. This ball is back at the track. Herrera can't chase it down. It's off the top of the wall. So Herrera will get this one in quickly. Runner going to 3rd. The throw is not in time. So it's going to be 2nd and 3rd. Now the Cardinals with a great run scoring opportunity with just 1 out. Next batter is Yadier Molina. 0-1 count. Molina's going to ground this one softly. Profar, tough play at 3rd. He comes home with it. The throw is in time. What a play by Jerks and Profar. Oh my goodness, not even playing his natural position. What a play. Going into the hole at 3rd base here, making the off-balance throw off of his back leg and nailing Matt Holliday at home plate. That is an incredible play, and that also preserves the lead. Next batter's going to line one to center field. Herrera is actually more of a fly ball, I should say. He will make the play, and Nola's out of the inning, so we're on to the top of the 8th. Craig Breslow will come out now, the former Red Sox. So we've got a man on first with 2 men out for Michael Franco, and Franco's going to line this one into right field just past the glove of the diving Colton Wong. So we get 2 men on now with 2 men out. A little nice little run scoring opportunity here. So we're going to bring on a pinch hitter, Darren Ruff, to come on for Cody Ashe and face the left-handed reliever Breslow. Now remember, Ruff had an RBI base hit as a pinch hitter in the last episode. This time, he will ground that one out. He actually gets into the fielder's choice, so that will be the 3rd out of the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th. Leadoff man is John Jay. First pitch of the inning, he's going to line one to left. Ruff on the run. Can't make the play. It goes over his glove. That one gets all the way to the wall. Jay on his horse. Rounding second, headed for 3rd, and he's going to get in there easily with a lead-off triple. So Ben Revere would come on, the former Philly Ben Revere would come on and pinch run for him. He's at 3rd base now. Next batter's Colton Wong, 0-2 count. Wong rips one to shortstop with the infield playing in. Revere will have to hold at 3rd, so that will be the 1st out of the inning. Nola now 1 out closer to try and getting out of this jam. It is going to be Matt Carpenter up next, the man with the only RBI so far today. He's going to pick up RBI number 2 on the base hit to center field, and that ties the ball game. So Darren Ruff with a huge defensive misplay in left field, and that one costs us the lead in the 8th. Nola still out there, 0-2 count to Adams. He goes down, strikeout number 11 for Aaron Nola. This time on the circle change, he continues to deal. And if you guys did not notice, I did change his number to 27. That is the number that I've been told he is wearing with the Philadelphia Phillies in real life. I think it was number 10 previously in my franchise. Then he gets strikeout number 12 there in Hayward. So his day would be done after 8. Kevin Seacrest is going to come on now in the top of the 9th for St. Louis. Jose Miguel Fernandez getting things started here in the top of the 9th. Now, we've talked about it. Fernandez's, sort of a canny ability to get on base here, and he does it again, this time with a line shot into left field. That's going to get down, go off the wall, and that will be a leadoff double for the Cuban second baseman right there. So Jose Miguel Fernandez getting things started, trying to get in a run-scoring opportunity with 1 out in the inning. J.P. Crawford up, and he strikes out swinging on the changeup. All he had to do was put one in play, and he could have gotten him in now. Pinch hitter Kila Kawaiakui, a man we just called up, ends up striking out swinging there. So Seacrest works out of the jam. Kawaiakui was pinch hitting for Nola there. So we're going to bring on Ken Giles to try and extend this game using our closer in a tie game on the road in the 9th. Yes, that is something that I do 10 times out of 10. Nori Aoki up. This one lined off of Giles. That goes right to Franco, though, and he makes the play. So Aoki had been pinch hitting there with the runner on 3rd and 2 outs. And if that one gets by Giles, the game is over right then and there. Good play by Franco to preserve the tie game, I should say. Antonio Bastardo on to face the Phillies in the top of the 10th. He's going to strike out Dom Brown there. Giles back out for the bottom of the 10th. He's going to get Colton Wong. So Giles would end up giving us a scoreless 10th as well. We're on to the 11th now. Man on first for Jose Miguel Fernandez. He's going to strike out swing on the high four-seamer, and Bastardo would work his way out of that inning. So we're on to the bottom of the 11th. Giles still working this 3rd inning of work, and with 2 outs in the inning, he gets Peralta to ground. Now he's going to be safe at first. A tough play for Crawford. Peralta not really known for being a fast shortstop, but ends up getting in there. So now 1-2 pitch to Yadi Molina. Molina rips one into right center field. That's going to get down. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Here comes Peralta rounding 3rd. The throw is going to be cut off. Peralta is in there safely, and the Cardinals walk it off with a victory. Yadier Molina is your hero, St. Louis, as he gives the Cardinals the win. Man, that is a tough loss for the Phillies. After looking like we were going to take our 2nd win in a row in an episode, we end up blowing the lead in the 8th, and then Giles, who looked really good through those first 2 2/3, he allows that little, sort of weak single to Johnny Peralta, and then that's a good pitch right there. It's just a fantastic piece of hitting by Molina. I mean, that's a slider on the outer half of the plate, a 2-strike pitch. I think that was a good pitch. I think Giles just got beat there. There's really nothing else you can say about it. So that's going to do it. Hope you guys did enjoy the episode. Another dramatic one, and I'm out. Peace.